So to people who are not currently Christians,
Okay.
who think that Christians are only fire and brimstone spitting jerks,
Okay.
what would you say to those people?
That's a small minority
Okay.
of Christianity today. That most Christians, I don't think, are like that anymore. I don't know if most Christians have ever been like that as a whole, but especially not in today's society.
Okay.
I do think that they're and it definitely depends on where you grew up, or where you live. Again, we've talked about kind of the rural, Southern, but I think it's not just Southern. I think just if you're just in rural areas, and I'm in a rural area, so I'm in kind of where we are in our side of the county.
A lot of hell out here.
Yeah. So, well, I think that there's more tendency to talk about those kind of things, and whereas, I think in most Christian circles today, that's not the case. They're talking about the love of God, and hopefully also talking about sin and talking about heaven and hell. I mean, I guess my concern actually in today's society is us going the pendulum swinging going all the way to the other way.
So we need more hell.
I think in a lot of our churches, we need to have a greater realization of sin and conversations about heaven and hell. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But in saying that, to those that were that's their view or perspective of Christianity, is that it's just all this fire and brimstone stuff we've been talking about. If that's your view, then I really would say, hey, go to some different churches, because I promise you'll find something different than that in the churches that you go to. I would think, and so I don't think that's don't let that be the defining marker of Christians. Because I get it. I was thinking about all the people that were at UGA, all those students that were not following Christ, that were not Christians, hearing these campus preachers speak. I mean, what kind of perception now do they have of God and of Christianity? I wouldn't want a part of that either.
All I used to think was, I don't want to have to do that someday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that to be me. And if that's what being a part of your group means that some of you are doing,
right,
I'm not being a part of that ever.
Yeah. No, and I get that.
Yeah.
And so so our campus ministry actually took it a different direction. So we started doing open air preaching in the same places those campus preachers would preach. But we wanted to do that to preach the gospel in a more holistic way, so that those same students would see a different presentation of the gospel.
So you got out there with your bullhorn and started calling all the girls virgins.
No, not at all. And so, I mean, but we would just talk about Jesus, right? Who is Jesus? Why did he come? And let the emphasis be on Jesus, and not having to, belittle or slander or those kind of things. And I get it, and people would be mad at us for standing up there and preaching.
You mean fire and brimstone people?
No.
Or
yeah, they would too.
Okay.
Because they thought we were always being they would have obviously liked us to preach in a very different way.
Right.
But then students too, who associate us with those people, not even giving a chance to really hear us or listen to us, just, we know who these people are. We know what these Christians are like. And so and again, I get it. If that's what you were exposed to, we were just trying to present a different view of it. Where you weren't just beating people over the head. It was just, hey, here's the gospel reality. Here's who Jesus is. This is who he is. This is when he came. This is how he lived. This is what it looked like for him to die. He rose, those kind of things. And so, yeah, I mean, because we were almost trying to redeem a little bit of what the other group was doing.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess I would just hope that wouldn't be your whole picture, that's not all of Christianity, And throughout all of the Christian world, like that's not been the case. And I'm sorry if that's been your primary exposure to Christianity. I absolutely would be turned off by it as well. But I would say don't let that be the only way you view Christianity. Like go to different places, talk to different people, and hear a gospel that's more true to Scripture.